Welcome to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX Podcast Network, where the conversation never ends. Today, I'd like to talk to you about graduation. Some people use the term commencement, and it's my favorite time of the year as a higher ed professional. Well, semi retired higher ed professional. I am Dr. Gloria Morgan, and I'm a person that started out with an associate's degree in what was then called secretarial science. Well, it's now called office technology, office assistant, administrative assistant. We can go on, and that was a community college I attended years ago and made the decision after working for 6 months that I wanted to teach and I wanted to teach skills. And so many times, what I have found with parents, and especially females, who generally will be a stay at home mom, and they're married or they may not be married, and the priority is the children. So sometimes you can be stuck. And at Monroe Community College's graduation uh, that I attended last night, I'm at the end of May, and this is year 2026. The average age of the graduates is 30 ish. So they're not necessarily millennials or Gen Zs, but these are people who have made a decision to shift their careers. I saw those with gray hair, and I saw those who were definitely the youngsters. And you could tell by their dress and the excitement that was happening with their families and friends in the crowd at the Blue Cross Arena, the celebratory spirit that was going on. I know that most of the time, moms, women, we're the head of the household. And generally, because of whatever our income may be, it does impact the family's level of income and definitely will impact poverty versus non poverty. And what does that mean? Well, I know this is parenting tips, and I'm giving parents, whether you're a mom or a dad, male, female, I'm giving you tips that will help you to further your education. As I said a few minutes ago, I still do teach. I'm an adjunct at MCC. And what I realize is that the economic status of our families is lower, and the research shows it, statistics will show it. The economic status is lower if they do not have a degree, or even if they've dropped out of high school. The pay level is not as good as it could be. I made a decision to go back to school after finishing my associates, and that decision was primarily based upon the level of income I saw my boss made. And he only had 2 years of additional education further than my education. So when I went back, I earned my bachelor's, and later on, after marriage and two kids, returned to get my master's because that was what I wanted to do. And I wanted to grow in the profession of teaching, which I still value the growth of that. So when we talk about economic status, most of the time it's tied to your level of education. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and get the degree, but you definitely have to get some type of trade, some type of skill. And I talk about this because as I saw the graduation ceremony or the commencement ceremony yesterday and had a bird's eye view of the degrees, the certificates that these students were earning, in so many different fields. It made me really celebrate internally and externally. Yes, I did yell. Yes, I did clap. And I said, I need people to understand, and that's why I'm doing this topic today. I need people to understand that you can improve upon whatever level of income you have, but it takes determination. The student speaker talked about her learning disability and how she felt she was dumb, and others may have categorized her as dumb. However, graduating with a 3.7 GPA was something that she was so excited about. She spoke about the challenges and the discouragement she had. And mom, dad, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whomever, listen, if you've got a family that you're raising, it is never too late to learn a new skill. This particular young lady was so excited about being able to achieve her goal. And guess what? She is going on to a 4 year college she's been accepted at, and she definitely is on the right path to improving her economic status. Yeah, everybody is not for college. I get that. But everybody is up to learning new things. Many times we have skills and knowledge that we don't even understand will help us to grow, to become better economically. And guess what? There are benefits, not just with the finances and your level of economic status, but your children. And this is key. Your children will see your effort and your growth. And guess what? They're going to want to follow in your footsteps. I've seen it over and over again. So, what can I say? Graduation means an end, commencement means an end, and then beginning something new. So, what do I say to those who I mentor who are adults in their 30s or even 40s? You can make a shift simply by your mindset. I've talked about a growth mindset in the past, and I'm telling you, it's important to understand the value of graduating, finishing something, and moving forward. I'm celebrating two godchildren that I have. One just finished law school at the University of Maryland. Shout out to her. And another, he has finished his bachelor's at Cornell and will be going on to earn his master's. I also celebrate the fact that I have a bonus son, a bonus granddaughter who are graduating high school, and I can go on and on with the celebratory spirit that I'm in right now. This is my favorite time of year. Graduate and commence the new page in your life story. Mom and dad, think about it. And please share this podcast with someone who you would like to encourage to do better, to improve, and definitely financially benefit their family. It is never, ever too late. You have been listening to Parenting Tips with Dr. Glow on the WDKX Podcast Network, where the conversation never ends. Question: what is it that you aspire to do? How would you like to improve your economic status?